Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap along with my theories or analysis, possible analysis or possible theories, whatever you want, on RWBY Volume 4, Chapter 7. Now, this chapter right here, holy moly, guacamole, my whack-a-mole or something. Very, very important episode right here, you know? This is where a lot of things are starting to reveal. No, the only thing that seemed important to me was at the beginning of the episode, and then halfway point, and then the other last third of the episode. So if anything else, let's go. Okay, at the beginning of the episode, or chapter, you know, after the opening, which I always enjoy listening to every day, obviously. There's no denying that. We have to it that Oscar is actually talking to Ozpin right now. It seems like Ozpin is somehow connected with Oscar somehow, and this is where my analysis and theory will come to light at the end of my recap, because this may be important to this very end. And I will also like to know what your guys' thoughts are too. So please comment below after. You know, we have to it that Ozpin is talking to Oscar and says, "I really need your help." Right now, what you can do, you could do great things right now. But for the time being, I really need your help. It's just you and me, and we are one. He says, it's our thoughts now. Our mind, our body, or something. Well, not entirely Ozpin's body or something, but he's in his head. And the kid, and Oscar's like, leave me alone. Get out of my head. I don't want to listen to you. And so forth, you know? The kid was very mad. Oscar was very mad because he can't handle it anymore. He's like talking in his head right now and screaming, what are you doing? Why am I talking to you in my head right now? Why am I hearing this voice in my head, you know? Hey, I think I would have reacted the same way too. Someone speaking in my head, I would have reacted go like, get the hell out of my face right now. What the hell do you want? You know, that kind of thing. And so forth, you know? That lasted about like a good 6 minutes or 8 minutes at most. No, actually at least 5 minutes. We also see a scene between like freaking Weiss and her father, and dear Lord, I have to admit to it, I really want to wrangle Weiss's father, like wreck or choke the life out of like Weiss's father right now. What he did in this episode and so forth was disgusting. He was so infuriated by Weiss's behavior. Hey, I can't deny that. I mean, if my kid acted out like that, I would have been upset about it, you know, and so forth. But the way how Weiss is actually making some true stuff, and he cares about honoring the name and so forth, I'm like, you're not doing anything better. Honestly, obviously. Can you all disagree with that? Weiss's father is nothing more than a big old jerky douche. Let's leave it at that. If you disagree with me, I don't know. But whatever you think, obviously, I have no way of debating or arguing exactly. But you know, like, Weiss wanted to leave, but her father would not allow her to. He goes like, you're staying here, and so forth. And Weiss says, that's not how it works. To let you know, I'm also the heir to the Schnee Company. But Weiss's father says, no. I'm thinking in my mind, what? What makes you think you can do that? Speaking of which, where's Weiss's mother? That's my question. Where's Weiss's mother? Hello? And the way how things are, he says, you're going to stay here. I'm going to make sure all the servants in this mansion, make sure you don't leave until we agree on your future. And the trauma that you experience at Beacon or Haven or something is gotten to you badly. I'm thinking in my mind, I am not going to let this happen. Why should have left the moment she knew something was up? The moment she knew... Why should have left the moment something was up? And you know, Weiss's brother, he is a spoiled piece of doo-doo, okay? His true colors is revealed, knowing that he wanted this to happen. He goes like, oh, don't worry, the Schnee Company is in good hands. I'm thinking in my mind, I'm about to break your neck, kid, right here and now, because what the hell you just did right now, I just want to like snap your neck like 180 360, 180 degrees right now. That's how mad I am. Weiss, who's helpless right now, cries in her room, but later on takes up the mantle of her training and opens up her sword. I'm thinking in my mind, finally, you know, what the hell, freaking yes. And then we get to see the scene between Crow and Tyrion. And it seems like to me Tyrion has a relation to Crow since he knows his full name at certain points, you know. And we see to it that Tyrion and Crow clash against each other. While the others are trying to help, and so is RWBY, it seems like to me Crow is doing fine on his own. And we see that Crow's combat skills is not something to joke about or to laugh at, you know? We all know that. And it was pretty crazy. And of course, when it looked like Crow was in trouble, RWBY decides to come in and help, but Crow says, no, stay out of it. You're only going to cause more trouble, possibly. But RWBY says, I'm not going to stand by if someone is in trouble, okay? And RWBY tries to help out and fight, but apparently some debris or something was about to hit RWBY, and Crow managed to save her, but Tyrion took this advantage and sliced Crow right through his stomach or through his abdominal, but RWBY takes this advantage, put her sight on Tyrion's tail, launches a firing shot, and cuts off his tail, you know? And therefore Tyrion called her a bee, like female dog. Even I was pretty surprised to see RWBY using that kind of language. Although RWBY is starting to get a little bit dark, so it won't be too surprising here and there. And Tyrion ends up running off right now, while RWBY and RWBY's team rangers asking, how did you find us here? Why are they after RWBY and so forth? Jean asked, and so forth. Speaking of Jean, you all know I was a little salty about him last week, and I still am. Don't get me wrong, okay? Just being honest to the point. Speaking of which, you know, we have to it that RWBY asked him a question, and Crow asked a question in reply, what's your favorite fairy tale? While he's like holding his wound right there. And we all know Crow may have to get healed up, because we all know scorpions' tails are toxic or poison. Tyrion, on the other hand, we don't know what kind of poison he has, so that's another thing to keep in mind about. No offense, RWBY got Crow injured, honestly. Let's not deny that, obviously. Okay? Now, let's get on to my analysis in theory, possible theories about, like, the beginning, you know? Oscar somehow has Ozpin connected to him, or Ozpin has a way to connect to Oscar. It seems that to me Ozpin knows him very well somehow, as he looked into his mind and thoughts and so forth. So this may explain Ozpin's power, you know. What I think about this in theory about Ozpin's power is that he may have a certain connection of a soul possibly, because if Ozpin's body is like literally in ash and disappeared, like physically gone, it looks like Ozpin's power might involve something with the soul, and the way how he's talking to Oscar has some kind of relation to that. This is my theory, okay? This is what I think it is. This might be Ozpin's power. I don't know, but whatever the case may be, I also have a theory that Oscar may have a relation to some kind of relic whatsoever. I don't know, but whatever the case may be, it's going to be a little tensed up here and there, honestly. This is my theory about Oscar and Ozpin. They have a connection to each other, and because like Ozpin has some way of talking to like Oscar, you know, it's pretty surprising. He's telling Oscar we gotta leave, but Oscar refuses and doesn't want to listen to Ozpin, you know, that kind of thing. And now, going to Weiss's father and Weiss. Oh my lord. Weiss, you better get the hell out of there right now. Honestly, I'm pretty sure a lot of you RWBY fans wanted Weiss to get out of there. I wanted her to get out of there because there's no way in hell I would be happy to be trapped in a cage, okay? Especially what Weiss's father did. I want to rip his neck. I really want to rip out his trachea or his larynx out, okay? That's how disgusting and how irritated I am. Weiss, I hope you get out of there. Once you start training hard and so forth, You get the out of there, reunite with your team, do whatever you have to do, even if you have to reunite with Winter or ask Winter for help, because Weiss's father, dude. He's gonna end the Schnee Company really badly because of his stooped up behavior. He's always thinking, you don't know what I'm doing to make things right again or something. I'm thinking in my mind, you're not making anything better. Hello? You are my daughter. She's nothing your... Weiss, I know this may be despicable and disgusting, but I hope you could at least raise your hand to your father if you have to, no matter what. No offense. Okay. Going to Tyrion and Crow, it seems like they have a well-known basis of each other, you know? It seems like Tyrion knows Crow's name fully, and it seems like to me they might have clashed against each other one time, or possibly met on the battlefield, or possibly grew up with each other. I don't know which one's which, but one thing for sure, like, whatever the case may be, that's my theory right there. Speaking of which, you know, the way how Crow and Tyrion fought against each other, wow, dude, that's just really slick right there. And, of course, one thing for sure, I am blaming RWBY for having Crow injured, honestly. Call me a freaking douche or jerk to me if you want to, but I'm being honest here. They should not have interfered with that fight unless they really, really have to. If the situation calls it necessary, alright? Because these guys, RWBY got beaten by Tyrion. What the hell else can you do to help Crow? Oh, huh? You just had to interfere, and guess what? He gets a poison slash or scratch or sting from Tyrion's scorpion tail. Luckily, RWBY did a fine job by cutting out that tail. The only question is, will Tyrion's tail or scorpion tail grow back? I don't know. But yeah, like I said, Oscar and Ozpin, that is an important piece of information to make your theories or wonders right now. Because the way I see Ozpin's power, seeing how he's talking to Oscar, it might be related to some kind of soul relation of his power. But I got a theory from my niece, which I watched the chapter or episode with her every other week of RWBY. It might involve with time. I don't know, but who knows? Also about Crow, you know, when fighting with Tyrion, why didn't he use his scythe? You know, scythe mode. Though I don't think, I think there might be a reason for that, but I don't know. But yeah, just me nitpicking and wondering. And like I said, Weiss, get the out of there soon, okay? I hope we get to see Blake and Yang soon, because it's been many chapters or so that I have not seen them since, okay? Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, sorry about that. Anyways, what would be your theories or guesses about, like, this episode, you know, such as Oscar and Ozpin and so forth? What would be your thoughts of thinking of Weiss possibly escaping, and then Crow having a relation to Tyrion, knowing that they know each other, or Tyrion knows him, or knows Crow? And seeing Crow ask RWBY, like, what's your favorite fairy tale? Seems like to me that might be have a possible relation or something. So keep that in mind, okay? I'm very sorry if this video is long as usual, because I talk a lot, you know, that kind of thing. So if anything else, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-doo.